Mine is smelling great, even on the longest days.
Ooh, smells like sunshine. Is it such a delicious?
Long-lasting scent for long-lasting days.
Well, the guys mentioned it at the top. Are you looking at maybe the guy that came up with the greatest debut in Major League history? Home runs in each of his first 3 at-bats. What can Baez do for an encore? About 4 or 5 days ago, Alex Bregman had a 3-homer game against the Washington Nationals. Did not get the same amount of attention as Baez got for obvious reasons, but it's the resumption of one of baseball's best rivalries, the Cardinals, the Cubs, from Wrigley. Coming up in just a few minutes here on your local ABC station. And with that, we welcome you inside our ESPN Baseball studios. I'm Zubin Mehenti. Can you believe it? The regular season ends 6 weeks from today, September 27th. It's a face to the finish here in the National League wild card race. As you take a look at where we are, Cubs look to be in great shape in the wild card race. Phillies, Diamondbacks, Padres just a hair behind, and the Cardinals within striking distance too at just 3.5 back. So let's check out all the action from around Sunday. We'll start in Atlanta, Diamondbacks and Braves, with Arizona sitting comfortably right there behind the Cubs in that second wild card position. Drake Baldwin creates some separation for the ATL. It's 1-0. Atlanta looking for their 74th win of the season. But the Diamondbacks are actually looking for the sweep against the division-leading Braves. Moreno likes that. It's gone, and just like that, the sweep looks like it could be back in play. Ronald Acuna Jr., if he can stay healthy, no telling what the Braves can do down the line. That will break the tie. Atlanta takes the lead. It's 2-1. They're through 6 in Atlanta. Now, in the American League wild card race, the Twins are sitting there in great position, just about a half a game back, 1 game back. Brooks Lee, that's gone. And you've got a situation here where both the Phillies and the Twins are on the outside looking in, but barely so. Huge game, 4 of the 5 coming on 1 swing. White Sox and Tigers. This is Brett Callahan, Major League debut, a day after Baez did it. Instead of hitting 3 home runs, he goes for a 3-bagger. It's a triple, 2 come in, and just like that, welcome to the Bigs and the family there to celebrate it as well. What a great moment for this guy. And just like that, this is a big spot here for both Chicago and Detroit, with the former seriously thinking about having a better season than anyone could have expected. Here's Drew Romo. That is gone, and we'll keep you up to date as Detroit's sitting there just a half a game back on that final wild card spot in the AL. They've got a 4-3 lead. Yankees, Jays. The surname might be a little bit familiar to you here, as we once again, I think, are going to take a look at that Diamondbacks-Braves highlight. Remember, this is a little bit earlier today when we saw. Here's our here's our Yankees-Blue Jays highlight. That's Daz Cameron. That's the son of Mike Cameron. It's a big spot here for Toronto. They're on the outside looking in. Yankees comfortably in the wild card position. They're up 1-1. Wild card standings look like this. We'll keep you updated throughout the rest of the day for a busy day in the Bigs. And for more, let's send it back to Boog. First pitch at Wrigley awaits.
All right, Zubin, thanks very much. Full house here at Wrigley as the Cubs take the field. Their MVP candidate in the National League, Pete Crow Armstrong, go out there and sign a baseball for a young fan and get an opportunity to interact with the folks in the bleachers. They absolutely love him. He's turned into one of the most popular players in the sport, and certainly one of the most popular athletes in this town. That's been the chant, MVP. We'll see how it plays out. All right, let's check out the St. Louis Cardinals starting lineups here today, and they are brought to you by Capital One. And it'll be J.J. Weatherholt, leading candidate for National League Rookie of the Year, to lead it off. Ivan Herrera hits second, followed by Burleson, Walker, Joshua Baez with a huge debut yesterday, 3 home runs. Nathan Churchill back of him, Wynn, Crooks, and Jordan rounding out the lineup. They're 19th in the majors in runs per game, and that group will go up against Edward Cabrera, who is back for the first time starting since June 23rd, when he injured his hamstring.
Yeah, this is a guy that the Cubs really want to see kind of take off here after coming off the IL and maybe lock down one of those postseason rotation spots that they're going to need.
Look, if you're an offensive player, you're the St. Louis Cardinals, and you're facing Cabrera, you have to respect the changeup. Early on, he'll establish a fastball, but that changeup, along with the slider, is devastating, and you use it against righties and lefties as well.
You take a look at J.J. Weatherholt, who was the 7th overall pick in the 24 draft out of West Virginia. And a full house here at Wrigley, ready to go. First offering of the game. And that one misses, a four-seamer at 97. He will throw that changeup, as Eduardo mentioned, more frequently than any other pitch. And at times he does have some issue with walks. 86 degrees here at start time. A muggy Sunday afternoon at Wrigley. The 2-0. And Nate Tomlinson says it's a ball, and he's fallen behind 3-0. And this is the issue for him at times, the inability to locate.
But it does feel like that is one of his troubles, and I'm sure he's got a little energy here being back, but once he gets a hold of that, you said that changeup, that secondary, that's how he likes to pitch.
Fly ball left field, slicing down the left side, and it's a fair ball. It'll take a bounce and it'll hop out of play. It's an automatic double for Weatherholt.
How about the start right there? Weatherholt on a 3-1 gets beat by the fastball. You know, you're expecting this pitch that's on the inside part of the plate to be able to get the head out. That tells you the life on the fastball. But Ian Happ, who is a Gold Glover out there, multiple Gold Glove winner, doesn't have a lot of room, especially with that wall down the line in left field. He plays it smartly, and unfortunately for them, it's fair.
Here's Herrera now, immediately a man in scoring position against Cabrera. And that one misses for ball one. Ivan Herrera at 248 with 13 home runs. Cabrera, hard thrower. Besides the changeup, the curveball is really elite as well. One of the aspects of this game today that you will absorb is locally there is an air and water show that takes place over the weekend, and you will hear jets buzzing overhead. Ground ball right side corner.
I'll tell you this, that dugout right now, he's going to get high fives from the Cardinal dugout. You get a 1-0 count, and one of your top hitters understands how important it is to get the lead early and put that runner 90 feet from scoring with Alec Burleson coming to the plate.
Burleson, see the overall numbers, 837 OPS, outstanding. Cubs will pinch the infield in with Bregman, Swanson, Horner, and Ramirez, who is at first.
And Bogey, we're talking about the air show. I talked to the umpires a little while ago, and they acknowledged, yes, we are going to be very understanding about the air show and its potential impact on the field. So things like balks and pitch clock violations, they'll work with the players, because, of course, with the Jets flying low, you're going to see some guys maybe flinch a little bit.
Yeah, it can get a little scary. 0-1 now, Weatherholt at third. And Cabrera comes set and fires. Mark Wegner is the third base umpire and the crew chief.
There's so many great weekends here in Chicago, but I think this is my favorite, being here for a little bit. It's we're gonna get a good show today on the field and off, or in the air.
In the air, that's right.
Ooh.
High fly ball right field, forget it. That one is way out of here. Burleson unloads, and the Cardinals have jumped in front, and it is 2-0 for Alec Burleson. His 21st of the year, a no-doubter to right.
How about that pitch right there? Amaya on the first two pitches was set up away because Burleson crushes pitches on the middle end part, and Cabrera also gets hit hard on the pitches on the inside part. Now this sinker didn't sink too much, and it ended up sinking. It's a changeup that was actually registered as a sinker. That's how hard it was. And he just gets it out front.
Look at him throw the hands there at the end, just dropping the head of the bat on it. That ball was crushed.
Absolutely demolished by Burleson. who since the start of last year has been one of the better hitters in the National League. You'll want to Walker. That's to center field. Pete Crow Armstrong pulls it down for out number 2.
We saw a bunch of these guys late on that fastball. Ball's coming out well for Cabrera, but you see the changeup just speeding him up middle of the plate. Big part of the field. That's a good approach. And like Boog said, it's been such a good hitter here for the St. Louis Cardinals. Big time power, and they need that out of this group.
His average changeup is going to sit around 93 miles an hour, so there are times when you're going to think it's a sinker, but it's a change. And here is Joshua Baez, and a slider for a strike.
Really anxious how he has pitched today from the Chicago Cubs after that amazing day yesterday.
In the air, center field. Pete Crow Armstrong back, has a beat on it, and makes the catch. So Joshua Baez retired in his first plate appearance, but the damage done. Burleson gives the Cardinals the early lead.
At Ace.
Down to a 2-0 lead. Starting lineups for the Cubs, brought to you by Capital One. Cubs with a really good offense. Second in the majors in runs per game. First in the majors in weighted runs created plus. Pete Crow Armstrong is the top guy as he will lead things off, followed by Suzuki and Bregman, half corner, Ramirez, Swanson, Conforto, and Amaya. And that group will go up against Dobbins.
Yeah, Hunter Dobbins, not afraid to pitch backwards here. It's really dominated left-handed hitters much more than right this year, and I think that's from pitching into these guys. Loves to pitch in, the splitter's real, and a really nice slider to follow that up. He's really got them all.
So now it's Pete Crow Armstrong. And the first offering in there for a strike at 96.
You see PCA's reaction right there. Pete did not like the call. First pitch he sees. Not going to challenge, but didn't like it.
Don't you know who I am?
Yeah.
I think it's important, though, for Dobbins to get ahead on every hitter, especially with the Cubs. A patient team that'll make you work, and Dobbins has struggled, especially on first pitch strikes.
Dobbins at 26 years old, Texas native. And an interesting story, he was drafted in the 8th round by the Red Sox out of Texas Tech. And it was following a year that he missed due to Tommy John surgery. Swing and a miss, and he gets Pete Crow Armstrong. And the splitter there finishes off the leadoff man.
I mean, that splitter is real. You saw him pound the bottom of the zone early on with the fastball, and on the same plane there, just is able to get on top of that ball and get real depth there to strike out Pete Crow Armstrong.
One down, bases empty, and it's Seiya Suzuki.
I think this is going to be the biggest challenge for Dobbins. Right on right is Suzuki, because he doesn't chase a lot out of the zone. So he's going to force him back into the zone. Really good discipline.
Well, for me, this guy, talking about Seiya Suzuki, we talk about PCA, who gets all the love, and the Bregmans and the guys with the names. When he's hot and when he's hitting, this team rolls behind him. He's got power and will get on base. I think he's a really important piece to this Cubs lineup.
Yeah, he's an underrated hitter. I don't think there's any question since the start of his big league career in 2022. He's been one of the elite right-handed hitters of the game. And you saw Bregman in the on-deck circle, and a green light fouled off at the plate by Suzuki on a 3-0.
Love that swing. That's his A swing right there, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do on a 3-0 count. Stretch it out afterwards. Realign that back.
Being able to manage here, you definitely look at the flag and see if the wind's blowing out, whether you're getting a 3-0 green light or not. If it's blowing in, you're like, no thanks. No thanks. Let's get on base.
One out, base is clear. Dobbins a 3-1. And that's through there for a strike. His last start, Dobbins' fastball velocity was way down. The four-seamer averaged a little over 93. His average fastball is 95. He's shown good velocity so far today.
There's those flags.
Three-two. And that is in there. And Suzuki is gone on strike. So Dobbins off to the fast start, and now Dobbins will have to deal with Alex Bregman. We saw Joshua Baez deliver a 3-homer game yesterday. Well, Alex Bregman, this past road trip for the Cubs, had his first career 3-homer game in Washington as he went deep 3 times, and the big free agent signee for the Cubs is starting to turn it on over the course of the last 29 games or so.
And he did it the hard way the last 3 at-bats of the game.
Yeah, this is a guy, if you're betting against him not to hit, you're probably going to lose that over the course of a full season.
Yeah, he's going to figure it out. That's for sure. Kind of a mad scientist in terms of someone that is always looking at video, looking at data. And one of the cues and pieces he helped uncover was how his torso was moving.
I'm just happy they finally got somebody wear number 3 that could hit a little bit.
Just some basic data.
Help me out. Who used to wear number 3?
Me, and I stunk.
Pop foul.
Another 3-2 count. This is what the Cubs do.
Fly ball center field. And Church drifting back makes the catch. And 1, 2, 3 go the Cubs. And we'll be back after these messages and a word from your ABC station. Nothing yesterday, that huge big league debut. How about his teammates in the Memphis Redbirds clubhouse at AAA? This is for his 3rd homer.
That's so great. You can tell when a teammates love when you get to watch those guys celebrate there. They were super pumped, yelling backside.
Joshua Baez 0 for 1, a fly out to center here today.
Boog, I talked to Baez just before the game, and he acknowledged the Hall of Fame has asked him for something from that first game in the big leagues, trying to decide whether he's going to give him his batting gloves or the cleats that he used in that game yesterday.
Well, he's going to have to ask for permission, though, right, Eduardo? Because he's going to have to ask Blaze Jordan, is it okay if I hand over the spikes, or Jose Fermin, do I hand over the batting gloves?
Definitely has to ask for permission. I'm like, wait a second. Those aren't yours to give out. They were on a loaner program.
Check swing didn't go at 3rd, says Mark Wegner.
I'd have those on today. I know that. Those things ain't going nowhere until I go over.
Yeah. Church, then Wynn, then Crooks for the Cardinals in their half of the second. Cardinals at 62 and 61 and still in the National League wild card race. Fly ball center field. Pete Crow Armstrong. And that is out number 1. Fans Play Ball is baseball's global youth initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play our great game. To learn more, including how to find a league near you, scan the QR code or go to playball.org and follow at Playball on X, Facebook, and Instagram. Cardinals with the early lead on the Alec Burleson 2-run homer. And with 1 down, it'll bring up the shortstop Mason Wynn. Talk about the Cubs defense being good. Well, the Cardinals have 2 of the best up the middle in J.J. Weatherholt and Mason Wynn. Wynn won the Gold Glove last year. He features a magnificent throwing arm. And Weatherholt statistically has been one of the best defenders this side of Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. You feel like the Chicago defense gets so much love, but up the middle, the St. Louis Cardinals are as good as it gets when you start diving into some of these numbers, getting ready for this series. With Weatherholt and Wynn, they're as good as it gets up the middle.
Cabrera falling behind again, and this time pumps in a strike.
Yeah, he's playing with a little fire, Church started a 2-0 count, now Wynn with a 3-0 count, second 3-0 count of the game.
Little dribbler towards third. Wynn stumbling out of the box. Barehanded by Bregman, who caught a break as Wynn couldn't get his footing.
You talk about a break right here. Alex Bregman was going to put this one in his back pocket, and he peeked up and he sees that Wynn just slipped coming out of the box. He's like, wait a second, I have a shot here. And the Gold Glover at third base does exactly that.
Alex Bregman has won a Gold Glove at third. Swanson's won 2 at short. Horner has won 2 at second. This one lined right field. Suzuki reaching out and he can't come up with it. Here's Crooks racing for second and he's in with a double. There's been some hard contact as Crooks with 2 outs comes up with a 2-base hit.
You gotta love when the backup catcher gets knocks on the day game,
Oh,
especially if you're me. Let's go. Crooksy here jumping on this first pitch fastball for a double. Great effort here by Suzuki in right field, just out of the reach. Just off the end of that glove for Suzuki. And you got a 2-out double for St. Louis.
Plays Jordan here. Eduardo back when Rossi and I first started working together in 2017. First couple of games and he's adjusting to the role as a broadcaster, having retired after winning the World Series in Chicago. We do games and it could be 12-3 in the 8th and the backup catcher would slice one into the right center field gap and Rossi would be like, that's a great piece of hitting.
That's a big knock.
What a big knock.
Game's out of hand. I'm rooting for the backup guy.
Well, you just dropped a Crooksy on him. Did you hear that,
yeah, probably.
Boog? He just dropped a Crooksy on him.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the backup catcher getting a little love.
I get caught up. I've got my favorites, boys. I've got my favorites, and it's usually the backup catcher.
Backup catcher, secret handshake. 1-2 to Jordan.
I'll tell you this, I had my favorites, and it's usually number 33s with the Cardinals. From Descalzo that used to use it and wear it, and now it's Blaze Jordan.
Yeah. Weatherholt waiting in the on-deck circle, hoping for a chance. 2-2.
Brendan Donovan was wearing it for a few years until he got sent out to Seattle.
Yeah, it's a big shift for this Cardinals team. Ali Marmol has a young group. That one hit out into center field. Pete Crow Armstrong tried to scoop it. It spilled out of his glove, and in to score is Crooks. It's an RBI single for Jordan, and it's 3-0.
Can I help you out with that one, Boog? It all started with the backup catcher jumping all over the first pitch for a double. Then number 33 for the Cardinals drives in the backup catcher and hits it to the best defender in center field in all of baseball.
You see how we're making it about us? I tell you what, the fact that Pete almost got this ball was pretty impressive, and the way he scooped that ball and kept it in front, that's why he's gonna win another Gold Glove.
If he held on to it, that would have been an interesting play.
It would have been. He was giving himself a chance.
Cardinals with the early 3-0 lead, and now J.J. Weatherholt, who doubled his first time up. Weatherholt, for whatever reason, has enjoyed head-to-head with these Cubs, coming in hitting .340 against the Cubs. Yeah, that's the second highest average by a Cardinal rookie against the Cubbies since 1940.
They've been aggressive, the Cardinals have, on the first pitch. They've been swinging. Cabrero's had to mix it up.
It's, you know, with Cabrera too, today 9 hitters face 7 of the at-bats have been in the air. Balls that they've put in play have been in the air. Can be a little scary here at the friendly confines.
Bounce to the right side. Ramirez on the backhand, steps on the bag, The Cardinals add a run and lead it 3-0.
MVP in the National League right now. It's got a dead even. Drills this ball deep right field. It's a home run for Ohtani to lead off the ball game. Center field. We got an in-game MVP race. Another one. Get out the tape measure, London. Have a day, have a year. Pokes it to left field. It's gone. Wow.
Well, certainly got an interesting finish to the season in many ways, but one way would be National League MVP race, and that guy right there, Pete Crow Armstrong, will be right in the middle of it. That one redirected out to Wynn, who handles the chance, and Happ retired. All right, Eduardo, so you got Shohei Ohtani, who seems like he's had the MVP on lockdown, and Pete Crow Armstrong. What's your take?
Pete Crow Armstrong right now. I think if Shohei Ohtani would have continued to pitch the remainder of the season, I think the lost time the last month could cost him the MVP. Now, I'm not taking anything away offensively, but the difference maker to me is what PCA does defensively. It's at another level compared to any other outfield in baseball.
Corner bounces that one foul. We talked with Craig Counsell about MVPs that he's had, and he had Christian Yelich with the Milwaukee Brewers when he won the MVP in 2018, and he was sort of comping the two of them. And he said, you know, you look at the numbers Pete's put up, and they're close to what Yelich did that year offensively, but Pete's doing all of that, as Craig likes to call him, being the best defender on the planet.
I have to add also, for those Atlanta Braves fans, Matt Olson's it's having a fantastic season.
Sure.
Yeah. And he has an opportunity in the last 2 months to do something memorable and get his name also in that conversation.
In the air, caught by Weatherholt. Speaking of Matt Olson, let's send it back to the studio and Zubin.
Number 75, Pedro Ramirez.
Pedro Ramirez, first pitch swinging, rolls one softly to the right side, and on 7 pitches, Dobbins gets a 1-2-3. Got a reminder, more baseball coming your way tomorrow on ESPN, 7 Eastern. It's the Tigers and the Pirates. Tigers right now a half game back in the Central as they continue trying to track down the White Sox. Yeah, baseball in Chicago, a big deal this summer with both teams right in the middle of it. John Shelby, David Ross, Eduardo Perez, and Buster Olney. This one popped in the air off the bat of Ivan Herrera and Bregman. Watching that one drift out of play. Now the White Sox and the Cubs will get together tomorrow night here at Wrigley. They've only reached the playoffs twice in the same full season.
Oh no.
Check swing, appeal to first, and he went. Bruce Dreckman down there.
It's when you have that changeup in the back of your mind and he just throws that fastball hard in. That's how you get those type of swings.
Swing and a miss, and Herrera is down on strike. So the Cardinals lead it 3-0, and with 1 out and a man aboard in the first, Alec Burleson, 421 feet. He hit it over 105 miles an hour, his 21st of the year. I mean, a no-doubter. And a curveball in there for a strike.
See the velo, 86 miles per hour on the curveball. The changeup was 95 miles per hour. Fastball was 98. 3 mile per hour difference. changeup to fastball just does not work on big league hitters, especially when that pitch is left up. That's when Burleson capitalized on it.
One hop to the right side, and Nico Horner. And there's 2 away. Back to the studio and Zubin. Shomei and Mune.
Zubin, you for scuba? You've seen that movie. Anyways.
Line, fair ball. And that one kicks off the sidewall. Happ over there to pick it up. And Walker cruises into second. Well, Jordan Walker, an all-star this year for the first time in his career since the break. That's just his 3rd extra base hit.
How about keeping this one fair as well? And this one stayed up. And that level swing that Jordan Walker has and he came up with, the Cardinals at one point wanted him to lift the ball. They sent him down. He said, I'm going to fail. I'm going to do it my way from now on. And it's been pretty darn good for the St. Louis Cardinal right fielder.
By the way, let me correct that. For Walker, it's his 3rd extra base hit in the last 18 games. But since the break, he's been searching for something and hits that one hard. That one in the dirt and kicks away from Amaya, and Walker races down to 3rd. What happened there?
He just held on to a changeup, maybe a little bit long, a hard changeup, 95 miles an hour, and just kicked off Amaya's shin guard.
I want to know the exit velocity off that shin
Holy
guard.
cow.
Nothing.
That was scooting. It'll be a wild pitch, and now a man at 3rd with 2 down. Cardinals lead it 3-0. Joshua Baez here with arguably the greatest debut in big league history yesterday, homering at his first 3 big league plate appearances. Swing and a miss.
Is a 3,000 OPS good?
Yeah.
You look up on the scoreboard and see those numbers. I know it's 5 at bats, but my goodness.
And yesterday he flew out in his last at bat. He actually did have a 4-homer game earlier this year in the minors. Went too far that time, and now it's 2-2. Baez, 34 home runs, 136 strikeouts at AAA. Cardinals number 3 prospect, number 59 in the top 100 according to MLB Pipeline.
Well, I think that's one of the main things that you pay attention to. You see the power's real. As Buster talked about the speed, but controlling the strike zone when you get to this level is one of those things that can take you to the elite status.
2-2.
He's one of the rare hitters that does not stand on top of the plate. If you look at the box, you see all the darkness of where the feet are. He is further apart from home plate than any other hitter here, giving himself an opportunity to get extended with those arms.
Now a 2-2. And Nate Tomlinson says that one missed.
When you had a great comp in the meeting for a guy who was in Texas for a long time.
Juan Gonzalez, where he stands, where his hands are, up above his head.
Big tall stance. I thought that was a great comp.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And Baez down on strikes, and a man stranded at 3rd.
That was nasty. 2-seamer right here. Hard to differentiate between the two. Just swings right over that thing. Nice pitch from Cabrera.
Back here at Wrigley Field, John Shambi, David Ross, Eduardo Perez, Buster Olney, and Jordan Walker joining us via the two-way mic. How are you?
What's going on, guys? How we doing?
We're good. Dobbins overpowering that fastball. And Swampson takes the helmet off and looked to be in some pain. I'm not sure what exactly it was. Craig Counsell coming out with the trainer Nick Franchella.
What happened?
We're trying to find out.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out.
Right hand. See how he right.
I know that doesn't feel good.
Watch his right hand when he swings.
Coming off. Ooh.
Takes the helmet off.
And he's coming out of the game.
You want it too. He's got to reach a little bit. You want to know, wonder, is it an oblique? He was limping a little bit. I mean, I don't want to speculate, but there's no telling what might be wrong.
So Swanson immediately out of the game after that swing.
Well, Jordan, that gives us a little more time to talk to you, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, I teed up. That double had to feel good there. Double down the line last inning. We love talking to guys right after they rake.
Yeah, I did feel pretty good. I don't know, that guy's pretty nasty, so hit off of him is always good.
Tell me about what the experience was like for you at the home run derby, because it was just such a wonderful scene to watch you come back and win, and your parents being there. That must have been a pretty special night for you.
Unreal. It was unreal, honestly. One of the most nights I've ever had, if not the most fun. But I mean, I think I kind of just blacked out when I was swinging. You know, family was there. It was all good. They enjoyed Philadelphia. I mean, a good amount of Philly cheesesteaks over there too, so it was a good time. It was a good time.
Hey, have you watched it back yet?
I've seen some clips. Yeah, I have.
So watching that on TV, it felt like the entire stadium, except for your parents, everybody was against you, and your parents just rooting you on, and you coming back. Like, what a cool moment, buddy.
I know. Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, my parents, you know, they've always been, you know, coming up to every game, even the travel games back in high school when we had like 4 a day, 5 a day. So
Could you feel the crowd rooting against you?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's hard not to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get in there, you start swinging, full packed stadium. But I mean, it was a great experience, and I'm ready, you know, for some playoff baseball, that type of vibe too. You know what I'm saying? So
sure.
Jordan, and now that we're on the subject of your parents, how important are and your parents, but how important parents are for the game of baseball to be able to get to where you're at right now?
Oh, I think it's very important. I mean, they've been kind of like my rock and support, and you know, when things are tough, you know, I always have them in my corner. So, really nice feeling to have. I feel like this sport's way too hard to do it by yourself. So, whenever you can have a chance to, you know, have people in your corner and be there with you, it's always appreciated.
James Triantos is going to take the rest of this plate appearance for Dansby Swanson. Likely will stay in the game at second, and it'll move Horner over to short. So Triantos here. And that one misses downstairs.
What scouting report you have on him right now?
Because scouting report? I mean, Jay's been trying to teach me to be like, read the swings.
Whoa.
I haven't. These flyovers are real cool. They've been happening all weekend. But yeah, I mean, I just kind of try to read the swing right now. See what we got.
All right, I got to ask you about Joshua. How amazing was that yesterday, being his teammate, watching his debut? I mean,
that was one of the best debuts, if not one of the best games from anybody I've seen. I mean, it is the best debut I've seen. That is the best debut I've seen. I was hoping he got that fourth one. I don't know who else was hoping with me, but his swing is just so pure, man. It's strong, it's quick, it's simple. I love watching him play. I really hope you guys can get the chance to see him run too, because as big as he is, he's pretty fast.
Fast like you?
Well, I try to be. Try to sneak up on him.
I tell you, he was hoping for it. He got a standing ovation from this Wrigley crowd. Yeah. You don't get that as a Cardinal here too often, right?
I think that just says how impressive he is and how impressive that day was. I mean, I think my favorite one was that third one. You know, Boyd dropped down, threw a pitch he hasn't been throwing all game. Just dotted on that outside corner. And no fear, no panic, just went with it, took it the other way. That was pretty impressive.
6 straight outside the strike zone for Hunter Dobbins, and now Jimmy Crooks will head to the mound. Mason Wynn will join, so will Burleson and Jordan as well. Do you ever get like kind of bummed out that you're not allowed to come in for the little mound visits and just see what they're talking about?
You know what? I honestly, I do wonder what they talk about up there. You know, back in my third baseman days, I would get in on all the inside info.
That's right.
But I'm kind of, you know, I'm my own little island out here now.
Well, speaking of your own little island out there in right field, and you've played at Wrigley's already for a few years, what's the funniest thing you've heard from the fans out there in right field?
I mean, I'm not sure I can repeat everything, you know, honestly. But it's good, man. You know, I love like the atmosphere. I love seeing fans be supportive, and you know, as a baseball player, you're gonna have to be on the opposite side of that. So it's always fun to play games like this. I'm Dobby. And I mean, honestly, it's a sick field. Anytime you get to come and play at Wrigley, it's a good time. So
it's a sick field.
Yeah,
I love
it's a really nice field. So
3 balls, no strikes. Conforto with Triantos at first.
right. Oh boy.
And there's a strike.
Jordan, we've talked about everybody else. You've had so many expectations on you since you've gotten here. What's changed, or what's a little bit different about you as a hitter this year?
Yeah, man, I think I just need to, what I need to do is just free up, you know, let my swing play a little bit. In! Come in!
Wynn going out and makes the over-the-shoulder catch.
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, and just kind of, you know, even when I'm, you know, going through it throughout the year, I noticed myself just getting a little tense at the plate, a little tense in the field, a little tense on the bases. I think I just need to like relax a little bit more and kind of free up everything and just be more athletic. And that kind of helps me. I think it just helps me to kind of like open the field more, see the ball a little better, and we'll go from there.
Jordan, how many outs?
Huh?
How many outs?
1 out.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Nah, I need to.
That's a former Cardinal helping you out
I like
with a long
that. Yeah,
inning.
I like that. Keep me on my toes.
He's going to hold up 1 for you in a second.
Yeah, there it is.
That one in the dirt with the Jets going by overhead. All right, so here at Wrigley, people talk about the wind.
Yeah.
As the Jets go screaming by.
Right.
What do you look at? Because it can be hard. The flags aren't always representative of what's happening.
In all honesty, the wind. I don't know that passed by. I was almost a little late.
I was about to say, I was watching you out there.
I know,
It's hard not to pay attention to the air show.
That's on me. That's on me.
I love that. I almost gave a heads up in your ear.
But so what was the question again?
About the wind, what flags do you look at?
There's no here. It's hard to look at the flags. I don't really trust the flags. The wind here swirls all the time. So one inning you'll be pushing out towards the left. Another inning might be pushing in towards the infield. Another inning will be pushing out towards right or blowing towards the stands. Like, I think you just have to, you know what, Church is really good at giving me a gauge every time on what the wind's doing. He's pretty good out here, so he kind of gives a heads up. And so, yeah, you just kind of have to learn and adjust because it's not called the Windy City for no reason. It switches up out here all the time. So I'm always impressed with people who are, you know, people like PCA who's asking outfield here because it's pretty difficult.
Jordan, I have to ask, you won the home run derby. That was $1 million. You've got 3 chains on right now. You're representing. One of those have to do with the home run derby?
No, none of these have the home run derby. They're all gifts. My dad, I'm in the midst of trying to get my dad a car. He's wanted one for a little while, and I want to do something like that because, you know, he's been with me, obviously all my life, but like the baseball grind in high school was no joke. Got expensive. It's a lot of games, and I mean, he was with me every step of the way. So that's where the home run derby money is going, and also a good portion of it to KT, who did an unreal job.
What kind of ride we getting, Dad? What kind of ride?
It's an Audi e-tron.
Into the mitt of Crooks, and he struck him out.
So, see, you guys see me 2 down.
You're running in. Eddie will keep you on your toes.
Audi, take care of the man. Let's go.
Come on.
Love it.
I'm Dobby.
And now with 2 down and a man at first, Cardinals leading 3-0. And it's Pete Crow Armstrong. Swing and a high fly ball. Well struck, right field, into the bleachers and gone. And PCA has gotten the Cubs within 1, number 28.
It's amazing this year what Pete Crow Armstrong has been able to do just within games. In his first at-bat, he saw 2 fastballs called strikes down in the zone. This one leaves the bat at 110.3 miles per hour on a pitch he was looking for. And this year, he's not missing his pitch. Got out of here in a hurry.
He is on his way to another 30-30 season. And that, by the way, the Cubs' first hit.
Yeah, well, you talked about it, Eddie. Just that 4-seam fastball, center cut, down at the knees. Pete Crow Armstrong all over this ball. Line drive, 110 off the bat.
2 balls, no strikes, up close with the MVP candidate. How well do you know Pete?
I had a few conversations with him. Really good dude. Even better baseball player. The guy's pretty good. But yeah, man, I mean, when I talk to him, I just can tell that he's super knowledgeable. Knows a lot about the game, really baseball smart. And, you know, when we're not playing, it's fun to watch him play.
Suzuki fouls that one away.
Try to squeeze one in real quick with 2 outs, 2 strikes. Got a good young core here, Jordan. That's got to be really exciting for you.
Absolutely, man. I mean, with JJ and JB coming up and, you know, Mason holding it down at short. Burley's like our veteran, which is crazy for me to say, but, man, he does a good job leading us and kind of, you know, showing us the ropes and everything like that. Just really professional. So, you know, I think it's great what we got going on, and I'm excited for these next few years, for sure. Yeah.
And that is in there. Jordan, thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Best of luck the rest of the year. Jordan Walker with us.
Good.
And we'll be back after these messages and a word from your ABC station.
Back here in Wrigley Field with Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol. Yesterday, Joshua Baez, 3 homers. What was that like for you to manage maybe the greatest debut in Major League history?
Definitely the greatest debut. It was incredible. It really was. It's one of those games where you really do need to take a step back and just enjoy what you're actually watching. And I felt like our entire dugout, including myself, was able to do that. He hits the first one. That's pretty special. Then he goes pull side, next backside. It's just what a cool moment for him. And then having his family and friends here, it was a pretty special moment.
He was a speed guy early in his minor league career. He's made his 54 bases. Last 2 years, the power came. What changed?
Yeah, there's some things he's done with our minor league guys to be able to become the player he is today. But credit to him, man. He's put it in the work. This is a guy that's extremely dedicated and confident in what he does, and we're starting to see some of that now.
Ollie, thanks. Back to you, Boog.
All right, Buster, Ollie, appreciate it. And here in the 4th, Nathan Church at the plate, 1 and 2. Edward Cabrera getting back to work. And a foul ball. Cabrera, a guy the Cubs traded for in January. He's that stuff guy that they were looking to acquire, hoping for more strikeouts. This is a very contact-based staff. Traded away Owen Casey. And again, there are command issues at times when he's right. he is able to get swings and misses, but this year the lowest strikeout rate, lowest whiff rate of his career.
It is a nightmare for StatCast as well because it'll look like a sinker and it's a changeup.
That one redirects off of Cabrera to Bregman. Dig at first and out at first. What a play by Bregman. What a pick by Ramirez.
I love this part of Alex Bregman. He, at third base, when the ball's hit up the middle, you're taught keep your head up because it could ricochet right back to you. And that's exactly what happened with Alex Bregman. Barehands it and throws it hard to first base. And it's the second play already. He has to come in and be able to get an out. And he's able to do it brilliantly.
How about the pick at first by Pedro Ramirez, who today is making the first start of his major league career at first base, and he's using Michael Busch's glove.
That's what stood out to me. I mean, not being over there and made it look like he's been over there for a long time with that pick. Really nice play on both ends.
We talked pregame with Craig Counsell, who just said, the first thing Craig said was he's an old soul. He's a guy that has a wisdom to him. He said when in spring training he asked questions of the veterans and the coaches. He asked good questions, the right questions. And he was called up on May 22nd. I don't know that everybody anticipated that he would stick the entire time, but he has.
Guys, on that Alex Bregman play where he's coming in, I had an evaluator say to me this week that he thinks that Bregman makes that play better than any infielder in baseball, coming in off balance, making the throw to first base.
And it's not a guy that has huge hands either. So he's fundamentally sound when it comes to it. He keeps his nose to the baseball, making sure he tracks it all the way there, and then has to be short and quick with the release.
So one down man at first, and ball one to Crooksey.
I know it doesn't feel like it, but it feels like Cabrera has started to get around the zone a lot more. And I heard the Crooksey, we're definitely rooting for him. But watching Cabrera, I mean, he's just missing the two-seamer, starting to backdoor that a little bit, the change-up underneath, the strikeout for Suzuki on the breaking ball. Starting to kind of find his rhythm after all the time off.
61 pitches so far today. Ceiling probably in the neighborhood of 85. His first start off the IL since injuring his hamstring June 23rd in New York. Win over there at first. Does have 10 steals. And now it's 2-1.
Cabrera, a guy that struggled a little bit on holding runners. Got all those long levers, trying to be quick to the plate with the slide step there.
So again, that is one of the issues. Now the counter, in terms of one of the things you really like about him, there's the stuff. Here's the other part. His career splits are neutral. Yeah. So there's not a big platoon advantage one way or the other, and teams love that in a starting pitcher.
It's because of that changeup.
But another walk, and now two are aboard with one out. Folks, ESPN is the home of MLB.TV. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand using the ESPN app. Blackout and other restrictions apply. For more information, go to ESPN.com/MLB-TV. Tommy Hotovy out to the mound.
We've got to tell the story about Counsell of double play not getting turned. And Tommy Hotovy, who was my pitching coach, so I can say this, I know Tommy well, was a little upset it didn't get turned. And Counsell looks at him like, Tommy, we got one of the best defenses in baseball. I think there's been more turned than not.
Yeah.
I thought that just a look inside a pitching coach's mind in the middle of some things happening. I thought that was funny, and knowing Tommy, that made me laugh.
No question. And Tommy has done a magnificent job since taking over in 2019 as pitching coach. But you look at up the middle defense, and the Cubs top of the heap. Cardinals next best in terms of outs among average among shortstop, second baseman, and center fielder. We just received word Dansby Swanson leaving with left side discomfort, so certainly sounds like an oblique.
That's what I was worried about with that swing where you got to go out and get it. First one of the day.
Cabrera with the Jets going by decides to step off, and they've given the umpires, have the pitchers and the hitters latitude maybe for some extra timeouts, and also with the pitch clock. The 1-1 swing and a line drive, base hit past the diving Horner as Wynn moves up the 90 feet and the bases are loaded. Nico Horner, who moved over from second to short, replacing Swanson. Triantos staying in the game at second, but Nico Horner more than capable at shortstop.
How about the bottom of the order? The backup catcher and also Blaze Jordan, number 33, getting on base all 4 times. 3 for 3 with a walk.
Yeah, the Cubs with some activity in their bullpen. The lefty Ryan Rollison is warming. 1 out, bases loaded. Mark Strickmatter, the bullpen coach, watching Rollison get loose under the left field bleachers.
Pedro Ramirez playing a couple steps in front of first base. He'll go home on anything. Hit on the ground.
Weatherholt has doubled and scored and grounded out. I mentioned the leading candidate for Rookie of the Year in the National League, with Wynn, Crooks, and Jordan third to first on the bases.
I'll tell you this, there's a kid in Cincinnati, South Stewart, that's making a big time case for that award as well. Both kids having great seasons this year.
Yeah, Carson Bench with the Mets, Nolan McLean with the Mets as well. No one missing, and Cabrera's fallen behind 3-1. And Cardinals in this series, they've used the home run ball. That has not been the way they have scored.
It's another 3-0 count.
And that's high, and ABS challenge from Miguel Amaya.
The pitcher's called a ball, the catcher's challenging.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. As Amaya with the challenge, and it's a ball, and that will be ball 4, and a run comes in. And it's now 4-2 on the bases loaded walk.
Is this the moment now, Rossi, that he's pretty much hit a wall with a third walk this inning?
Yeah, they got action in the bullpen, trying to get him to his pitch count. Game still on the balance here, but with 1 out, hoping for a ground ball if you're a Chicago Cubs fan. To me, it's been impressive with just, I thought the Cardinals hitters have taken some really good pitches, some close pitches to their credit, and really making Cabrera work, especially in this inning, because I thought his stuff is ticked up on the edges, just they're not biting.
Ivan Herrera 0 for 2. And here Tomlinson called a ball, and now it's 2-0. Now with Rollison getting loose, you'd have to think this is likely going to be his last guy, with Burleson, the lefty, in the on-deck circle. Ball loaded up, 1 out. Cabrera.
Wow. How about that pitch? Change up 2-0. Hasn't been able to locate the fastball, so he goes to his trusted pitch.
Well, he actually throws that more. I thought he should have thrown that a little more in the first inning when he was kind of erratic, just getting the feel for that.
And that's in there.
There's those guys that, the righties that throw the slider for strike better than the fastball. Feels like that way for Cabrera and his changeup.
Crooks at third, Jordan at second, Weatherholt is at first. Cardinals lead at 4-2. We're in the top of the fourth. Fly ball right field. Suzuki backing up. And he makes the catch. Tagging from third is Crooks. And he'll come in to score.
Food in the oven but don't want to miss a pitch? Just tell Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Greg Counsell out of the dugout as the Cardinals add a run, and we get a pitching change. The Cardinals lead the Cubs. It's 5-2. All right, Zubin, thank you. And the new pitcher for the Cubs will be the lefty Ryan Rollison. He'll face Alec Burleson with runners at second and third and 2 outs. Line drive, base hit, left field. And Happ lost the handle, and 2 are going to score. He started to throw to the plate, and I think lost the grip of it, and ultimately 2 are in, and Burleson has delivered.
So many really good things happening here. Left on left. First pitch he sees, he goes after it. And then you're challenging the Gold Glover. He comes in hard, but he just loses the grip on the ball. And give a lot of credit to Ron Pop Warner at third base. Just sending Weatherholt right there to just continue to add pressure to the Chicago Cubs defense. Ron Warner, you see him on the bottom of your screen. He's been there already for 8+ years at third base. Both coaches, Stubby Clapp, Ron Warner, been together for a long tenure on the bases for the Cardinals.
First one to Walker missed, and now that one misses to make it 2-0. So Burleson delivering left on left, and the Cardinals have broken it open. Rollison has done good work this year for the Cubs. 2.27 ERA. Former first-round pick by the Rockies.
Out of Ole Miss. This guy's been a really good filler here when games get out of hand. A lot of the injuries to the staff. He's come up and performed.
Walker pushes it foul.
So just think about the process of, as I was talking about the two coaches working together. It was Stubby Clapp letting know of Weatherholt being at first base, tagging up on the fly ball and right, getting himself into scoring position, and then it was Ron Warner sending him with the 2 outs home.
Walker asking for and getting time.
He goes back, Stubby Clapp sending him, forcing Suzuki to see if he throws a second, he can stay there at first. You have the force out in play. By Suzuki throwing the ball home, now you give Weatherholt that extra 90.
And an extra run.
And a lot of people say these are the little things. And having a conversation the other day with Tony La Russa in the back of the bus with all the Hall of Famers, he would say it's not the little things, it's actually the details of the game.
Yep.
Those details play big in moments like this.
And I would say that it is the type of stuff that this Cubs defense does not normally do very frequently. This year, it's not only a team that is athletic, but they don't make a ton of errors. That is drilled out to center, well struck, and that one into the basket and gone. And Walker with home run number 24, and it is all Cardinals here at Wrigley.
Well, he's going to want to get back on the headset next inning. This ball was absolutely crushed. 106, you see, off the bat from Jordan Walker. Big part of the field, left on right, Eddie, and you see here just a breaking ball, stays up back door, and look at the finish.
See that? See how he put his leg down, put his foot down, recognized it, but he kept his hands back. And oh, by the way, here comes this guy, this man again.
Joshua Baez now. High fly ball, right field. That one towards the corner. Suzuki is able to make the catch. as he hauls that one in. But the Cardinals score 6 times. And Jordan Walker to deep center field, and it is all St. Louis.
Back here in Wrigley Field with Cubs manager Craig Counsell. What was your diagnosis of Cabrera today?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, it looks like he lost command clearly as the outing went on, and we didn't see the swing and miss I think we'd like to see. So, you know, it was a rough outing.
Dansby Swanson, left side injury. How important is he to your defense?
Yeah, well, he's critical to our defense. He's obviously one of the better shortstops in the game, so hopefully it's not too bad.
Great, thanks. Boog, back to you.
Up the middle, and Bregman bounces to win. Bregman was saying he thought Burleson's foot might have come off the base. And they will not look at it. One away. 9 swings and misses for Edward Cabrera here today, as he was back at it for the first time since June 23rd. And a guy, you know, the Cubs made trades at the deadline, acquiring Kevin Gausman and Clay Holmes, and then they have the likes of Daniel Palencia hoping to come back and get healthy. Cabrera back today. They're hoping for Ben Brown as well, Hobie Milner. So sort of a combo of health and trades. They're hoping for an infusion with this pitching staff. Today is not what they were hoping for from Edward Cabrera.
Yeah, and in the last inning, he faced 9 hitters, and he fell behind 1-0 on 6 of the 9.
In there for a strike. Here are the guys on the IL currently. They may get Justin Steele back. We'll see, but they're hoping for Palencia. He's pitching today at Iowa, and then maybe they'll activate him after that.
I talked to Ben Brown today. He feels good. Threw a bullpen yesterday. Has got a couple ups here soon, he said, and feels like he's not too far away as well.
Line drive and a base hit the other way for Ian Happ, as Baez quickly gets it in.
Boog, I got a question for you. Since you see this team play on a regular basis, with Swanson going out, you hope it's not a serious injury. But if it is an injury that keeps him out of the lineup for a time, what are the plan Bs?
Well, I would say that it would be very simple. It would be Horner to shortstop, and Pedro Ramirez would play every day at second base. I mean, look, Dansby Swanson is elite, and they don't want to lose him. They are fairly well equipped to handle Swanson going out, at least in the short term.
And you would assume at this time of year, we're seeing the Yankees do this with Judge. We see the Dodgers do it all the time. You just want to make sure that whatever is happening with Dansby Swanson, they want to make sure he's right down the stretch and into October.
Yeah, no question. You think about the Cubs, they won the wild card series last year against the Padres. Mike Schilt afterwards said, I know they don't give an MVP for the wild card series, but if he had, he said Dansby Swanson would have won it because of the defense that he played in that series.
This team is built on defense. Obviously, you've got gold gloves all over the field, the outfield, the infield, the veterans. And you see here Dansby just immediately knowing.
Left side discomfort is what they said. Nick Frangella, head athletic trainer out there with Craig Counsell.
Those take a while. Had one before, and you can't try to rush it either.
Same.
I don't even know where mine are.
Nice block, Crooksy.
Insulated.
My obliques.
That was a nice block by Crooksy down there. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but good job.
You know what's great is you've never even met Jimmy Crooks, and you're dropping Crooksy on him.
Well, it's where we seem like we're going this broadcast.
You have a long Rolodex on your phone.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
And Crooksy's not in there, is
He's
it?
not in there, no.
All right, well, we're going to get him in there.
I don't have any Cardinals, I don't think. John Jay. There we go.
Thanks to Jordan Walker, by the way, for coming on. He was magnificent. That one up the middle. Win is there. And there's that amazing arm. 2 away. Back to the studio and Zubin. All right, Zubin, thank you.
You guys want to hear a great story about Mason Wynn's arm, which we just saw right there? Yesterday, fielded a ground ball through to first base, and it was so hard that when it hit Alec Burleson's glove, Burleson just screamed out so that those in the photo well could hear, F!
Swing and a miss from Ramirez. Mason Wynn, I mean, that throwing arm on that play that Buster was talking about, I believe that throw was 93 miles an hour yesterday.
Talking about Ramirez and the Cubs' depth, maybe one of the best benches they've ever had. What they have depth-wise here on this team has really been special. The guys that don't play every single day, and we talked about the Gold Gloves and the veterans they have, but they've got real depth here that gives Craig Counsell and the ability to manage these guys in their playing time with guys behind them that can really pick up the slack and having a good year.
Michael Conforto, you look at the pinch hit home runs that he's had this year, big ones at that.
I told him I saw him in the cage taking hacks. It's like, all you do is go deep. I mean, it feels like every time this guy steps in the box, he hit a home run. Big home run yesterday to tie it back up in this series.
Swing and a miss, and Ramirez down on strikes as Dobbins able to get him. Nice block by Crooksey. 9-2 as we head to the fifth. Welcome back to ESPN Baseball, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance, as we head to the top of the fifth, and the Cardinals leading the Cubs here at Wrigley Field by the score of 9-2. Nathan Church will dig in. Ryan Rollison deals. Ball one. John Sciambi, David Ross, Eduardo Perez, Buster Olney. Thanks for joining us here on ABC. Hey, they gave you some love between innings. They put you up on the scoreboard, recognizing the 2016 champs.
I heard my walkout song. I was like, oh, I love this song. I looked up and I'm on the board. I'm like, oh, hi.
Are you?
It's always nice coming back here.
You're not singing "Take Me Out to the Ball" game today, are you?
No. Paul Sullivan asked me, was I singing the stretch? No.
No, okay.
I didn't ask that. You know, the team's playing well. I don't want to mess it up with me singing.
The 3-0. And that is ball four. Hey, speaking of David Ross in the World Series, flashback. Game 7 against Andrew Miller. You can't see that enough, can you?
How about that? Yeah, I still don't know how I did that. It's one of those, Jordan Walker was talking about he blacked out. I definitely think I was blacked out, but my teammates there, that's the fun part, man.
What was the swing called? The loop?
The loop, yeah, the long swing. He threw it in the loop.
Mason Wynn now. Yeah, you and Anthony Rizzo doing the Lovable Reunion podcast.
That was fun. It was a really good time doing that. We've talked about so much baseball stuff and those great memories, interviewing our teammates. A lot of fun. A lot of fun bringing back those memories with those guys. And, you know, when you get to tell locker room stories and, yeah. Only feedback I got, my mom was like, hey, you cuss too much on the podcast. I was like, sorry, Mom, sorry.
Hey, by the way, he still does.
It's true. Yeah. Not on air. Not on air.
Amaya calls time, and he's going to hand deliver the baseball out to Ryan Rollison. Tommy Hotovy will join the conversation. 6 straight outside the zone to begin the inning for the lefty.
MLB and T-Mobile offer you a chance to win trips to all 30 stadiums. The views, the food, the vibe. Begin your journey to 30. Enter now.
9-2 our score here, top of the 5th. And the bottom third of the order has been the story here today in terms of getting on base. Wynn, Crooks, and Jordan. They've reached 5 of 6 plate appearances, and they've scored 4 times. Mason Wynn, feet close together, and drills that to center. Pete Crow Armstrong right there.
Boog, you mentioned it once already, but this Cardinal offense has come into this series swinging the bats great. They weren't known for the home run, but 11 of the 17 runs in this series have come via the home run. They're not going to want to leave Wrigley Field.
Well, it's a great starting point, though, for a long road trip that they have as well. They go to Cincinnati, then Philadelphia.
Pitch in for a strike to Jimmy Crooks.
And tomorrow it's actually a day-night doubleheader for the Cardinals.
Deal 1.
I will say this, and I'm a true believer in it. What I love what the Cardinals did today, they took their infield defense, they took work in the outfield as well. They did not hit on the field, but they wanted to make sure that their players were ready to play from the first pitch of the game.
On the ground, softly hit. Bregman to Horner at second, on to first, and that'll go 5-6-3 and a double play. 9-2 Cardinals lead it, middle of the 5th. We'll be back after these messages and a word from your ABC station. Well, a great Sunday here at Wrigley Field, but it's been bright and sunny for the Cardinals offense, leading 9-2 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. John Sciambi, David Ross, Eduardo Perez, and Hunter Dobbins delivers to James Triantos. Ground ball to third. Blaze Jordan handles. Nice pick by Burleson, and there's one out.
Not wasting any time. First pitch. Watch Blaze Jordan right here, just making sure he gathers it all and just throws it in the vicinity, and another throw down low for Burleson to be able to get.
So one away. As Jordan handles the chance, and the pitch is in to Michael Conforto. Of course, with Blaze Jordan over there at third, he's taking over for Nolan Arenado, who was traded away in the offseason. The guy that they used to begin the year was Nolan Gorman, but he just was not able to find his footing. And ultimately, Gorman was sent down June 12th. He's hitting under 200 at Memphis. This one's skied but foul down the right side and out of play.
Yeah, elite power, but just a lot of swing and miss for Gordon.
Just another exciting young piece for this Cardinal group that's in the thick of it, like you said, after a lot of trades of really good players. The Sonny Grays, you know, the Arenados.
Brendan Donovan, yeah.
It's really been impressive what this young group has done so far this year. And even at the trade deadline with Dustin May and...
Yep. Well, look, the guy on the mound is a result of the Wilson Contreras trade.
Willie's having a great year in Boston.
Oh, Blaze Jordan also coming from the Red Sox. Trade last July.
One of the youngest teams in baseball, you see there in the thick of the wild card race. Relying a lot of, youth everywhere on this team.
And that is strike 3. Conforto will challenge. JBS
The pitcher's
right
called a
there.
strike. The batter's challenging.
Being challenged by Michael Conforto.
I think he's going to win this one, yeah.
The call is
That'll
overturned.
be
It
ball
is ball
4.
Tell you what, that's a really good take. And a 3-2 count there. Down and in after establishing that fastball in. Conforto is able to not swing at that back foot slider.
So with 1 out, a man at first, and here is Amaya making his 50th start at catcher. He shares the catching duties with Carson Kelly, who plays a touch more frequently.
Well, I thought we might get Carson Kelly today with Amaya catching yesterday's game.
See Bruce Dreckman down there. Check out Bruce Dreckman, the first base umpire. You see the bands he has around his fingers. That's the way he uses the bands for the count. So it's on his index finger. It's 2 balls and no strikes. He's one of the only guys that doesn't use a clicker. So most umpires use a clicker, but Dreckman does not.
Credit that to his football days, if I'm not mistaken,
Yep.
right? With Downs.
Yep. Yeah, that's where the football officials do it. So 2-1 now. We'll check in with Bruce after this pitch. And now 3-1. Yeah, there you go. Now it's on the ring finger. Is ball 4 and back-to-back walks for Dobbins. This is a Cubs team that takes a lot of walks.
Yeah,
in fact, they're tied for the major league lead in walk rate with the Brewers.
Well, I think that's one thing they rely on, Eddie, but we saw how the walks hurt the Cubs with Cabrera, and you got this kind of league, you hate to put the bottom of the order on.
Well, the bottom of the order, especially with a 28 home run guy like Pete Crow Armstrong that already has a home run in this game, and 2 runs are because of the walk, the leadoff walk last time where he was able to drive in with the homer.
2 on, 1 out, and that's bounced foul, and now.
Well, we take a look back here at the home run. Just as we talked about, that first at bat letting some fastballs for strikes down at the bottom of the zone go. He is all over the first pitch, which he normally doesn't swing at this year. Those numbers have been way down for him, and he jumps all over that first pitch fastball.
And watch now. Hasn't seen anything that resembles a fastball. 2 splitters already in this at-bat. Working the count in his favor.
For Pete Crow Armstrong, the chase is down, the walk rate is up. Swing and a miss. He went after him with a 4-seamer. 2-2.
Yeah, elevated, and you heard right there Pete Crow asking, was the pitch up? Home plate umpire letting him know it was pretty close.
Nate Tomlinson with the plate here today. Conforto and Amaya on the bases. That one dribbled foul.
Oh.
Doesn't it feel like when you've got an MVP candidate at the top of the order, they get like 6 or 7 at-bats a game? I remember some managing against Ronald Acuna Jr., and when you've got players with this caliber leading off at the top of the lineup, it just feels like they're always up in a big situation, as Pete Crow is here.
Liner foul. Yeah, those are some big adjustments. He's gone from walking about 5% of the time to 12% of the time, which is really unheard of. And just, I think Alex Bregman has had an impact. He's gotten, I think, a better idea of what his plan needs to be, and his strike zone judgment has really improved. 2-2. And that is strike 3, and Pete Crow Armstrong will challenge.
The pitch was called a strike. The batter is challenging.
ABS challenge right there, and PCA is down on strikes, so the Cubs are out of challenges.
And I understand why he challenged this. It's because of all the other pitches. They were down when it comes to the splitter. This one appears up, and let's not forget, he had swung at a four-seam fastball up, and he asked, was it a strike? Not knowing really how to decipher if it was too elevated or not.
Here's Seiya Suzuki now. Now for Hunter Dobbins, 6 strikeouts. He's given up just the 2 runs on that one swing from Pete Crow Armstrong back in the 3rd. Cardinals lead it 9-2.
Seiya not picking it up well. Already 2 strikeouts, both of them looking.
That one down and away. Suzuki 0 for 2, pair of strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. 2 on, 2 out. Hunter Dobbins, mentioned originally drafted by the Red Sox. He made his major league debut against the Cardinals on Sunday Night Baseball last year. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and he matches a career high with 7 strikeouts.
Come on.
Fans score on authentic gear at MLBshop.com, from official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies. We've got the season covered. Scan the QR code or visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your favorite team gear. Oh, what could be better? A day in the bleachers, as Aaron Savali will take over. We head to the 6th. All Cardinals here, 9-2. And a swing and a miss from Blaze Jordan. John Sciambi, David Ross, Eduardo Perez, and Buster Olney with you. Those are the overall numbers for Savali between the Athletics and the Cubs. Savali part of the team last year with the Cubs, pitched 5 times. But a good day for Jordan, couple of hits. And a swing and a miss, and Jordan is down on strikes.
Savali backing him off the plate with that 2-seamer in before, and you see here just a nice cutter starts off, and Jordan not able to stay disciplined and chases this cutter off. I love the hard mix, the sinker cutter guys. You see a lot of that in the big leagues now. Obviously, Savali not quite the velocity of some of these guys, but when you're able to pitch with the 2-seam, 4-seam cutter action, makes it really tough on these pitchers, or these hitters, excuse me.
That one off the glove of Amaya missed, and so now the count 1-1 on Weatherholt. It seems to me, I'd be curious your guys' perspective, and this is just anecdotal, that more and more guys now throw all 3 fastballs than they used to. It used to be, I'm a 4-seam guy, I'm a 2-seam guy, and some of them might have a cutter, but now it seems as though a bunch of guys are trying to get after you by throwing the 2, the 4, and the cut.
Yeah, the profile does speak for itself, and the numbers actually indicate it as well. If you look at it from a hitter's standpoint, it is so hard, and you talk to hitters nowadays, he's got 3 different fastballs, meaning that 2-seamer, the cutter, the fastball, and it's hard to be able to barrel it up. And now you see a lot of exit velocity speeds, and you try to keep it under that 95-mile-per-hour range, and you get more outs that way. But it's a profile that's definitely taken on, not only at the major league level, but we're seeing this also at the collegiate level, at the minor league level, trying to teach the pitchers how to be able to get right against left and left against right.
One of the stories I have when I was managing, Marcus Stroman came in and has an elite 2-seam, but we wanted him to throw some more 4-seams in there and started having a lot of success, and then kind of forgot about his 2-seam, that was his bread and butter. And so that started to get hit a little bit, and then he started mixing it back, the feel that he had of the 2, and he took off and had a lot of success. So for my catching brain, like the harder with the different movement, the better.
2-2. And Weatherholt rips that out to left. There's Happ sliding, and he makes the catch. And there's 2 down.
How about Ian Happ right here? He understands left field at this ballpark. Lights are a factor. Believe it or not, day game, the lights are on right now, and he had to keep that baseball from getting into the lights. So he gets lower, so the lights do not affect him at all.
Now, when I do games on ESPN radio with our buddy Doug Lanville, he talks about Ian Happ. He says no player knows his home patch of ground better than anyone in the game than Ian Happ knows left field at Wrigley Field.
I would agree with that.
And he plays deeper than the average left fielder, especially in this ballpark. I think this is the hardest ballpark to play the outfield in. The gaps are not deep at all, but it actually shoots out. There's no padding in the walls because of the ivy, and there are no lights behind you as well for night games. Then you have to deal with the wind as well.
And there's also the tendencies of the ball down the left field line. That wind will blow that back. A ball that you think is going to go out of play down that left field line. You got to ride it all the way up to that foul line, which is right next to the wall.
Yeah, 355. This place 355 to left, 353 to right. Deepest corners in the game. Out into center field, and that falls for a hit as PCA collects it on a bounce. The Cubs made an adjustment with their outfield defensive positioning going into the year, especially in center and in right. Pete Crow Armstrong starting a good 4 or 5 feet deeper this season, and the same story in right. They back their guys up, and it's the first guy I remember was Kevin Kiermaier, and the idea basically being, look, if you're going to dunk some singles in like that one right there, fine, but we're going to try to take away all the doubles and triples.
God, he can hit.
Out into left center field. Burleson barrels that one up. Happ retrieves, fires it into Horner, and Burleson cruises into second, and he's got 3 hits here today.
Okay, so with 2 outs, you tell your outfielders play a little bit deeper as well with a runner on first base to prevent this right here. If the ball's going to be hitting the gap, especially in this ballpark, because we just mentioned how not deep it is, how you can get to it quickly. Look how quick Ian gets this ball to the infield. Just hit the cutoff as quickly as you can, and you force Pop Warner to put that left hand up and stop the runner at third.
Second and third and 2 outs. And I'm contractually obligated to let you know that Alec Burleson is a triple shy of the cycle.
You love the cycles, don't you? If he does, or he were to hit a cycle, where would he have to hit it in this ballpark? Down the right field line?
Oh, look out. And that one got a piece of Walker, and he's going to take his base.
This is scary here. Just a two-seamer in. It just keeps following him. Oh, right off the wrist to the head.
Aye.
Ouch.
Oh, he was walking to first base without the helmet. Bat Boy has the helmet in hand. Oh, man.
Wow.
And this is what we were talking about. Savali's got the cutter, he's got the four-seamer, and he's got the two-seamer as well.
Ollie Marmol looking on as Walker has that left hand examined. He's going to stay in the game. Stubby Clapp looking on. Get Stubby Clapp and Jordan Walker, and I'm not picking on Stubby.
Yes, you are.
But I mean, Stubby, I'll use the Vince Scully line. Stubby standing next to Jordan Walker looks like something that fell out of Jordan's pocket.
Looks like Stubby. One of my favorite teammates.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
I know you guys were
with the Cardinals and spent a lot of time in Memphis as well.
He's been standing over there for a long time.
In there for a strike to Joshua Baez. Baez with the bases loaded and 2 outs. All Cardinals here in the top of the 6th with arguably the best debut in Major League history yesterday. 3 homers in his first 3 big league plate appearances. And that one misses.
The Cardinals runners in scoring position, 5 of 6 of the innings today. Just continue to have really good at bats.
We mentioned yesterday he was wearing spikes loaned to him by Blaze Jordan, and I think today he's wearing the spikes he was working at AAA. They're going to take Blaze Jordan spikes and send him to Cooperstown.
He hadn't had many rookie mistakes. That's one of them.
Yeah, you're going to wear them again.
Can we add the batting gloves to it as well?
It's only okay if they're on the way to the Hall of Fame. That's the only way.
Yeah, I mean, Blaze Jordan, just keep wearing them until you decide not to, and then we'll send them. That is in there. Baez late was maybe going to challenge. Instead, he strikes out, and they leave him loaded. Back here at Wrigley as we go bottom 6. And Alex Bregman takes ball 1 from Hunter Dobbins. Dobbins making the start. He was plugged into Dustin May's spot in the rotation after May was traded to the Brewers at the deadline. He started the year on the IL with a right ACL injury. Good stuff. He's looked sharp here today. missed up and in.
In basketball, they use the term gym rat, guys who are really into it. Rossi, the way you talked about Bregman, it sounds like he's one of those guys.
Oh, yeah, I was around him during the WBC. He can't turn it off. He is a guy, I've never been around somebody, maybe Dustin Pedroia-esque, that just, it never stops. Talking baseball is all they think about.
3-1, Dobbins ready and fires. And that's it, foul. You guys have all worked with Adam Ottavino. We had a game here. I thought Ottavino said it best, because remember, he went to spring training last year with the Red Sox. And apropos of nothing, he said, I thought I really liked baseball until I met Alex Bregman.
It's a good, I mean, when you're around those guys, you're like, wow, am I carrying my weight? You know, like these guys have already watched 4 starts by the time you get to the infield of the starting pitcher that day. It was amazing being around some of those guys and their love for the game and their craft.
And he's a glue guy as well. And I think that plays for Alex Bregman, not only with the veteran guys, but with the younger guys as well.
Oogie, you were talking about his influence on Pete Crow Armstrong, and I asked PCA early this year, why is your walk rate taking such a big jump? And the first thing he said was, you know what? Alex Bregman gave me some suggestions.
Yeah, Bregman has helped a lot. Pitching change here at Wrigley. Back with a new pitcher after this. Strikeouts. 5 innings, gave up just the 2 runs on a couple of hits. Pete Crow Armstrong 2-run homer is responsible for the runner at first, Alex Bregman. Luis Gastelum will take over. And Ian Happ fouls it into the mitt of Jimmy Crooks. Happ will be a free agent at the end of the year, the longest tenured Cub. In fact, he is the longest tenured Chicago athlete among the Cubs, the Bears, the Blackhawks, the Bulls. This guy has been in town the longest. You remember when he came up, David Ross?
Oh,
he was
yeah.
your teammate.
Right after the World Series in 16, he made his debut in 17.
Yep.
All the guys joke from 16. They're always like, Happer gets thrown into that group all the time.
That's right, he does.
Yeah, he gets thrown in there. But I got to manage him.
But you were with him in spring training.
Spring training, yeah, for sure.
To manage him.
Yeah, but he's definitely been a staple here for a long time. Multiple Gold Gloves in left, and just a middle of the order bat that's just been so consistent. And started with some struggles early on.
Burleson to second for 1, return to first. Safe at first.
Let's put a bow on Hunter Dobbins, who had the sweeper working, not only in the zone, but out of the zone as well. Getting chases, getting swings and miss, getting soft contact with. And the fastball, that lived in the zone today, getting ahead and being able to put hitters away also as they were sitting off speed. He would be able to change locations with it. It's giving his team a chance as he leaves with a 7-run lead.
And again, a guy who finding his way since coming over from the Red Sox. Hunter Dobbins, his stuff was good today. Good athlete too, I guess. Good quarterback in high school. I think a real good golfer. Gastelum delivers. Line drive, base hit out into left center field for Nico Horner.
But Nico Horner, there's not a fastball in this league that he does not like. 4-seamer, he can find the head to it, and he does not wane off it either.
Now Horner, since the break coming into today, a .352 average. He got off to a great start this year, and it looked like the power was going to really come. And then after May 1st, faded a little bit offensively, but since the break, he's been really good.
But the numbers indicated that it was a lot of tough luck, for him. Get the ball, hit it hard.
Yep. Yeah, his expected numbers all along stayed good. Ramirez fouls that one off.
Okay. I can get baseball.
I had a conversation with him maybe a month ago when we were here with Nico.
Oh,
hi, Papa.
Crooksy, buddy.
Why did you say it with a higher pitch?
I tell you what, going back to Nico, talking about guys you love to be around and manage, and the way they play the game, the way he makes his teammates better, the contact profile. This guy's a quiet leader in that clubhouse, and really, you know, one of the guys I like to put at the top just because of how he set the tone.
Ramirez down on strikes. Gastelum punches him out.
This changeup is real. All 3 strikes here to Ramirez on the changeup. You see here just this 3/4 slot, and really turns this thing over. Just looking like a fastball out of hand, and just disappears on Ramirez when he gets to the plate.
And now it's James Triantos. Triantos came on after Dansby Swanson left the game following a swing in the third in his first at bat. He left with left side discomfort. Triantos has walked and scored and grounded to third. Cardinals lead at 9-2. Cubs with Happ at second, Horner at first. Cardinals today have gotten a big day from Alec Burleson, who's come up with 3 hits. He's knocked in 4. Jordan Walker with a 2-run homer. Swing and a miss, and Triantos is gone. Gastelum gets the strikeout, and the Cubs strand a couple. 9-2 Redbirds. We'll be back after these messages and a word from your ABC station. Welcome back to ESPN Baseball, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Nathan Church against Aaron Savali. This one popped up. Triantos, edge of the outfield grass, makes the catch. And there's one down. Going to bring up Mason Wynn. I love that shot from underneath the rafters. Just gives you an idea of this ballpark and how old it is. Is that our cameraman extraordinaire, Duke Thorne?
Duker.
Breaking ball in for a strike.
So many great spots to watch a game here.
I thought you were going to say so many great cameramen here.
Yeah, but it's not about them, it's about us.
There's
Hey, Duke.
Yes,
There he is.
that's right. It's our guy.
I miss him running on the field Sunday night baseball.
Well, sure.
He was David Ortiz's favorite cameraman.
Well,
and every time he would see he would see Duke before a game, he would go, "My man." He was so excited because he felt like Duke was good luck for him, because Duke could be greeting him at third base as he rounded the bags after a home run.
Well, this is a true story. One time we're doing a Sunday night baseball game. You can look this up. Tigers and the Red Sox. And before the game, David Ortiz sees Duke. He says, "My man, today when I hit the homer, I'm going to go real slow for you around third." And that night, with the Red Sox down a couple, David Ortiz takes Jabba Chamberlain out, and the Red Sox take the lead. And when he gets back to the dugout, he says to Duke, "Did I go slow enough for you? Show me Duke." That's true, correct? Yeah, that is true. I mean, Big Papi was one of a kind.
One of a kind.
It's being in the moment.
Yeah. We got our man Jared down to the field now, the matinee idol. Gets all the home run shots.
The quick Big Papi story, he came in one day in the playoffs with like a sport coat on. We weren't traveling, and these nice shoes with all the spikes on it. And they were like velvet, you know. We're like, big pun. Why are you so dressed up? He goes, I'm gonna be in front of the camera today, boys. I got the post-game press conference. Sure enough.
Wow.
He came prepared.
That, by the way, we just showed you Jared down there waiting to spring into action on the field. He's standing next to Edwin Stanberry, the translator or interpreter for Shota Imanaga. Jared, tell him I said what's up.
Can he blow you a kiss at least?
It's camera guy love. That's right.
There we go.
Yeah, David Ortiz about as charismatic and as much as anyone I think I've ever covered. Just love the spotlight.
And nothing, because Jared does do his running around, but the equipment that he wears right now has to be a lot lighter than what Duke wore and ran around with on the field.
Some would say Duke's getting a little too old for that job.
2-2.
Not me, Duke.
I wouldn't say that.
No, Duke said that.
9-2 game here in the 7th. 2 down and nobody on. Savali. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Savali gets the punch out, and the Cardinals go 1-2-3. There's Jared chasing PCA out there. And it used to be that man. That's right. We love you, Dookie. Oh, Cup Snake in the bleachers. Look out. A muggy day here on the north side, and it's gone the Cardinals' way as they lead it by the count of 9-2. And Michael Conforto fouls one away. John Shambi, Eduardo Perez, David Ross, Buster Olney, cast of thousands. Michael Conforto. You mentioned Eduardo, the pinch hit homers. He's got 4 of them this year.
That's crazy. And this is what I love to do and how I made my living. And to be able to hit 4 pinch hit home runs in a season, that's a career for many.
Well, Craig Counsell has put him in advantageous spots in terms of the platoon advantage. I don't think he has 10 plate appearances this year against left-handed pitching, and he's got 186 at bats. 2-2, fouled away.
Well, again, another piece of that deep bench that they have, and going out and getting a guy like Tyrone Taylor to really platoon match up here with Conforto.
Conforto has 6 at bats against lefties this year, and 179 against righties. That's into today. Swing and a miss and a strikeout as Gastelum gets him. A reminder, on Sunday, August 23rd, the Braves face the Brewers at historic Bowman Field in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. 7 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. As the teams will get a chance to spend the day among the players at the Little League World Series. That is always a blast.
That's one of my favorite events. And a good matchup this year with the Brewers and Braves.
Seating on the line this year.
I think it's going to be cool because you have Curacao is representing there at the Little League World Series, and you have Ozzie Albies, who played. His Little League team is actually representing Curacao.
That's awesome. Well, this has turned into such an international game. Miguel Amaya at the plate, hails from Panama.
Panama, yeah.
Gastelum from Mexico.
Was there one year. Shane Victorino was there with Hawaii, one of the coaches, and supporting those guys.
There's one thing I can guarantee you. I always get text messages when Hawaii represents, and this year they're not in, from Shane Victorino. I just saw him at the Field of Dreams, and this is his favorite time of the year, and I think it is for a lot of major leaguers.
Yeah, every locker room you feel like you go in, it's on.
That one up the middle, Wynn sliding to his left. And throws out Miguel Amaya. 2 down, back to the studio, and Zubin. All right, Brewers and Dodgers with Skubal on the mound. Were you guys surprised that Skubal ended up in LA, or that he didn't end up in Milwaukee? What was your perspective on that?
I was not surprised he ended up in LA, and you have conversations with so many people around the game, a lot of advanced scouts, and they look at the Dodgers farm system, and it is so much deeper than a lot of other farm systems around the game, that they had the most to give.
Yep.
And a number 8, a number 12, let's say, in the Dodgers farm system as far as talent, could be a number 1 or 2 in other farm systems. That's how good they are and how deep they are.
That's a great point. I think my fandom wanted to see the Miz, Jacob Mizorowski, and him together on the staff.
Pete Crow Armstrong grounds out. 1-2-3 go the Cubs. ESPN Baseball is presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Knock savings out of the park with Liberty Mutual. Air and Water Show weekend in Chicago.
How cool is that?
Yeah, really great. Back here on the north side, and Caleb Thielbar will take over. And he'll face Blaze Jordan, J.J. Weatherholt, and Ivan Herrera. So the veteran lefty on here. John Shambi, David Ross, Eduardo Perez, Buster Olney. We're in the 8th. For Thielbar, the strikeout rate, the walk rate, you like both of those. The home runs have been the problem for him.
Interesting, started him off also with a breaking pitch. Did not want to get ambushed with the number 1 right away.
A couple of hits for Jordan here today. Thielbar this season has given up 10 homers in 36 2/3. And see you later. And Thielbar makes short work of Jordan.
That was 1-2-3. You mentioned it, slowing him down from the start, and then just here, big boy, 0-2, right down Broadway from Thielbar there for the strikeout.
I think this is a conversation that you should have with Blaze Jordan later, and explain to him the thought process and hear him out. because if there were to be a breaking pitch, it would be designed to go as a chase pitch when you're down 0-2. So you still have to sit fastball there and not look for something soft that's supposed to be out of the zone.
Here's the 0-1. Off the side of the mound, Triantos fields, throws to first, not in time. And Weatherholt with an infield single, his second hit of the day.
And it's good to be fast, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know what that's like.
I mean, that's a 4-3 right there, 2 outs if either one of us is running back or first.
Yeah, that's an out. That's why I think our numbers should get more credit. You know?
Explain.
No, I just mean we're not getting any cheapies.
Breaking ball downstairs to Herrera, and that misses.
So, Rossi, you wanted to be graded on the curve?
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to put it. There you go. There you go.
It took a Vanderbilt guy.
I was just about to say, input from Vanderbilt.
You guys know Joshua Baez was a Vanderbilt commit, right? Dansby and I were talking about it, Ryan Flaherty.
Line drive foul. Yeah, also the Cubs general manager is Carter Hawkins, who played at Vanderbilt. And Craig Counsell pregame was at some point got into, yeah, they were saying he was going to go to Vanderbilt, and the folks around here were very excited about it.
And I didn't take the bait. I'm just going to.
No, I know you didn't take the bait. It's really well done.
Yeah, you laid out, as we say in the business.
That is what we say in the business. We do talk about laying out. It's one of the best things I do.
Same.
Thielbar with a man at first, 3-1. And he walked him. Cubs bullpen as a group 5th in the National League, 9th in all of baseball in ERA. It's not really a pen or a starting staff that gets a ton of strikeouts. Tommy Hotovy has got a group. They put the ball in play, and then you use what is the best defense in the game to turn balls in play into outs.
But the one thing they cannot afford to do is walks. They have to be able to induce that contact, and today they've been a victim of the walks. That big 6-run inning, they allowed 3 walks in that inning.
Yep.
Look, we were having a conversation today with Craig Counsell about this team's identity is defense. And when was the last time we saw a team where the identity was defense in that way? Actually, I was thinking about those Cardinal teams in the 1980s, right?
Yep. Yeah, with Ozzie and Tommy Herr up the middle, and Willie McGee and Vince Coleman.
Well, I was going to make that point earlier when Eduardo was talking about the details. It's like when I was coming up under, competing against the Tony La Russa teams, they were so detail-oriented it felt like they never beat themselves.
Well, you think for Craig Counsell, managed with the Brewers, now in his 3rd year with the Cubs. He played, 14 seasons, I believe, in the big leagues. He said it's probably as good a defensive team as he's ever seen. Swing and a miss, and Thielbar able to get Burleson.
I mean, think about it. They go out and get guys strictly because they know the defense behind them will be better. Some of these pitchers that they've gone out and picked up.
Pitching change here at Wrigley. Fly ball right field. Suzuki is back, and it's off the top of the wall. And that's going to score a couple of runs. Walker into second, and the Cardinals add 2 more. And it's 11-2. Jordan Walker has knocked in 4 here today.
Gotta love this approach, Eddie. Big part of the field from Walker. Great effort from Suzuki here, but Cutter just staying middle of the plate, no real action to it. And look at that finish. Just right through that big part of the field for Jordan Walker, and Say goes after it pretty good, just not able to come down with it.
Yeah, 4 of the 5 walks from the Cubs have scored this afternoon, and Jordan Walker, a big culprit of it. Oh, that Cutter just stayed flat.
Yeah.
Trent Thornton gives up the big 2-run double. And how about that? First 26 games since the All-Star break. Just 6 extra base hits. He's got 3 extra base hits here today. 2 doubles and a homer.
Just put him on the mic.
You think like I do. I'd be wanting to be mic'd up every time. If you start having really good games, and obviously a great player.
Dylan Peters of the Chicago White Sox had the greatest mic'd up day of the year, and I think of his career. He hit for the cycle while he was mic'd up.
Wow.
He said, I'm not taking it off either. That was a swing right there.
Joshua Baez not getting cheated. 0 for 4 here today. By the way, if you're wondering, no player has ever hit 4 homers in their first 2 major league games. Swing and a miss. Trent Thornton able to get Baez. And we'll be back after these messages and a word from your ABC station. Fans, 32 bites, 1 champion. Vote for the signature dish you would most like to try. Complete the Ballpark Bites bracket for a chance to win tickets to try these decadent bites at a stadium of your choice. Vote at MLB.com/bracket. 32 bites, 1 champion. Scan it and vote. And how about just a good old-fashioned helmet with some ice cream in it?
Love those.
Yeah, me too.
Tell you what, growing up in Cincinnati, watching a lot of Reds games.
Yes.
Loved the helmets there. I had a collection. Oh man. Had a collection of the ice cream.
I thought we were going to start talking about chili with cinnamon in it.
Oh no.
Okay.
Not going there.
Here's Gordon Graceffo. John Sciambi, David Ross, Eduardo Perez, Buster Olney, all Cardinals here on a Sunday afternoon.
I love the umpire. Everybody mic'd up when you can hear the conversation.
Nate Tomlinson, hey now.
Hey now. Stay down.
Suzuki takes inside, and it's 2-1. Suzuki, then Bregman, then Happ. And this one has been about Jordan Walker and Alec Burleson here today. They each have knocked in 4. Burleson, good-looking hitter. You go back since the start of last year in the National League, he's 11th among all hitters in weighted runs created plus. I don't think, if I was to say to you, give me the top 12 hitters in the National League since the start of last year, I don't think most people are coming up with his name. That's a fair ball down the line. It gets under the glove of Burleson, and there's Suzuki racing for second, and he's in with a double.
Let me tell you something. You already have 3 strikeouts in the day, and you have 2 strikes right here. You're trying to protect. And this one makes Burleson just laugh because it's coming slow with some spin going away from him. You get jammed, and
watch you try to get
Suzuki is loving this right now around in first.
He's like, I couldn't bend over. I couldn't bend over.
You're off the bag, off the line.
Suzuki into scoring position, and here's Bregman now. And a liner on a hop. Win. Long throw in time.
He made that look easy.
Look, he lobbed it.
He took a step back, and I was like, oh, no. And then you remember the arm.
He won the Gold Glove at shortstop in the National League last year.
That's not a short throw, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, on your back leg, no. Right chest high. Chest high throws.
Back in the day, the Cubs fans were spoiled here for so many years when Sean Dunston,
yes,
from the shortstop position, used to throw BBs over to Mark Grace at first.
Tyrone Taylor hitting here. Taylor hitting in Hap's spot. And that's in the dirt, and it gets past the catcher, Jimmy Crooks, or Crooksy to some of us up here. Hey. So the wild pitch moves Suzuki to third.
Rossi, do those foul balls that hit you feel different when it's a one-sided game?
Yeah, well, you just get a little lazier, you know, like, you know, Graceffo's got stuff going everywhere. It's the real electric stuff, and you're kind of just a little bit trying to frame everything. That ball is tough to block. If he got it third or game a lot closer, you probably are dialed in a little bit more. But I was a backup, so I tried to play as hard as I possibly can every second because I knew I had about 5 days off in between, if not more.
Fly ball center field. Charging in, then back is Church. Suzuki will tag, and he will score. An 11-3 game.
Tell you what, even though it's an 11-3 game, you have to love what Church just getting behind it and making a strong throw just to let Graceffo know, look, I'm doing my best here to try to keep that run off the board for you.
But also practicing some of those throws, you don't get a whole lot. You know, you never know when that might be a throw you need to make with the game on the line.
Ball one to Nico Horner, who's 1 for 3. Nathan Church out there in center field. They started the year, it was Victor Scott in center field. There's a 2-0. And that's in there for a strike. 2 down, bases empty. Cardinals enjoying an 11-3 lead. And that slider bites down and away. Hunter Dobbins started, and Dobbins tied a career high with 7 strikeouts for Ali Marmol. And Horner will take his base. So man aboard, and Pedro Ramirez to the plate. Ramirez today making his first big league start at first base. He'd had a few innings over there. Craig Counsell talking about getting Michael Bush a day off, but also probably needing to make sure that he's got someone he can plug in over there at first base if needed.
That might be the
up the middle, and Ramirez gets him down.
And that might be the call now with, potentially Dansby having to go on the IL, getting a little bit of depth over there, get his feet back under him.
Again,
keep you guys fresh.
Yeah, Dansby Swanson leaving the game in the third after injuring his left side. A reminder, more baseball coming your way tomorrow, 7 Eastern, Tigers and Pirates. And that'll come your way on ESPN. Triantos pops this one up. Burleson is there, makes the catch. And we'll head to the 9th at Wrigley.
Bun.
Yes. Never seen that. Catcher didn't.
All right, Zubin, thank you. And a new pitcher into the game, and that's Carson Kelly. As Church slashes out one foul. By the way, Tyrone Taylor stays in the game but takes over in left. And for Carson Kelly, another pitching appearance for him. There is Tyrone Taylor.
You guys thought I like backup catchers. I like catchers that pitch even more.
Do. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you pitched twice.
2 outings, once in Milwaukee and once at home.
Well,
what's your ERA?
0.00. Ooh. Challenge that.
So now
I don't have that challenge.
There's no challenge.
That would have been sick.
Player. Yeah, it would have.
That would have been nasty.
Bring him up. Smile from Carson Kelly. Fly ball right field. Suzuki settling under it. All right, you asked for it. Who asked for it? David asked for it.
More of me.
More me.
Using one now, but he's not catching.
It's a fly ball. Me and Carson all on the same page so far.
Love Dexter Fowler making the catch. I saw you flinch a little bit there.
Oh my gosh. That's the scary. I hated being out there, honestly. Like, it's close.
Center field, Pete Crow Armstrong back some more, and he makes the catch. That is not an easy play that he just made in this ballpark with that brick wall back there.
And he made it look easy. Watch here the jump. Look behind Carson. The jump he gets just smooth as can be. Man, he makes that look clean.
It's the only ballpark without padding.
Yep.
Because of the ivy. Impressive.
That's a fair ball, says Bruce Dreckman. Kicks off the sidewall. Suzuki picks it up.
Go ahead, backup catcher. I'll let you break this one down right here. Because he pretty much, the helmet came off, or he took off the helmet on his way over to first base after contact.
Oh.
Never mind. Now we know what happened.
Now we know. It's been a long game. Legs are heavy.
Popped up. Amaya and Ramirez. It'll be Ramirez to make the catch. And we will head to the bottom of the 9th, 11-3. The Cubs on the short end of this one, as the Cardinals lead it here as we go to the bottom of the 9th. Caleb Ferguson will take over. 11-3. Cardinals lead the Cubs. Cardinals still in the middle of the fight for that last wild card spot. Cubs right now in firm command of the top wild card spot. Caleb Ferguson delivers down and away, ball 1 to Michael Conforto. Fouled off his foot.
Here's the 7th at bat for Conforto off of a lefty this year.
That's right.
I think it's good, though. He has to be able to see something different. That way it keeps him in, and it sort of resets you for when you do have to face that right-handed pitcher.
How many guys have you been around that, especially left on left, they're like, it helps me stay in. It helps my mechanics. It helps me see the ball. Even if I don't get a hit, just staying in there versus lefties, having that approach where you got to fight inside that. You face a lot of lefties in your career. When you got a righty, it helps you a little bit, right? Staying on the baseball.
100%. And another thing, though, in games like this that they were blowouts, when I went and played for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, can't get used to saying that anymore. Lou Piniella was the manager, and I told Lou, I said, look, I'll be the veteran guy.
On the ground up the middle, backhanded Weatherholt from a knee. Out at first.
Oh, he wants this one.
Close play, and they're going to look at it.
And as they look at it in New York, let me finish the story. And I would tell Lou, I said, Lou, if it's a blowout, I'll be that last guy. You don't have to bring me in.
I'll call at first base.
Yeah, I think he was safe.
And as the season went on and we did lose a lot of games, Lou would look over at the end of the dugout, and I would be at the end of the dugout going, no, not me, not me. And he would laugh, and we would have some laughs about that. But
yeah, times change a little bit when you're out of it. You checked out in the 7th. Yeah.
Try to get the extra guys some at-bats. That's okay, Lou. I'll wear it. I think this one's going to
be
change.
safe, yeah. Looks that way. Definitely hoping for this with the splits go up, you know. Yeah, I rake lefties. The manager just doesn't play me.
Yeah, he does have a couple of homers. Conforto waiting to see what the verdict is back in New York.
And he helped himself out because he stepped right on the front part of the bag, exactly what he was supposed to do.
It's amazing. You're talking about little details. That's one you go over in spring training and try to reiterate. Just hit the front of the bag. If he hits the middle of that bag, he's out for sure.
You were looking live at the replay center.
The longer this takes,
yeah, the more it's going to probably be call stands, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things to articulate about replay is that, like, I think he was safe probably, but in terms of evidence, it has to be clear to overturn the call of out. They need to have evidence that clearly overturns the call.
I think there should be a timer on this one too, though.
Well, I
mean, that's it right there. That's the look.
Not being a player anymore, I mean, if it's like an 11-3 game, we should go ahead and call him out and move it along.
Well, here's the.
Sorry.
I know. We'll
joking, obviously.
Yeah, I get it. It's
just kidding.
But it's funny. But it's funny though because Eduardo, what year did you debut?
1993.
Think about in 1993 if I had said to you in an 11-3 game we were going to take 4 minutes to figure out safe or out in an 11-3 game.
We used to have umpires say, you better be swinging because I'm calling it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
And that too, but now everything can be measured or resolved to within an inch or a half inch or a quarter inch of its life.
Well, I think that may bring up the conversation just about some sort of run rule at some point in our game, keeping guys healthy, the pitching staff, all that stuff.
This is too long. For an 8-run game, this is too long.
Sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Caleb Ferguson still working on his warm-up tosses. John Sciambi, David Ross, Eduardo Perez. Buster Olney downstairs.
I'm fine if it's a postseason game, right? Take as long as you need.
Here we go.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is out. Chicago will lose their challenge.
If it takes way too long, you know it's going to be what we had said probably a few minutes ago.
The one thing that's funny, too, and fans don't contemplate.
This is what I was going to say. It's a great play by J.J. Weatherhold. Just kind of forgotten about that, but going to his backhand, falling to his knees, and then being able to get up and throw a strike to first base is a nice play.
Call that a strike? I want that a replay on that strike. Oh, no, it's an 8-run game. Cool.
That's right. Amaya fouls one back. But think about the other component in terms of TV, and that is having in a big game super slow-mo cameras focused on certain areas but not others, so that there's an aspect of big outcomes in games are determined by production decisions a little bit.
Yeah, that makes a really good point.
So circle back to the story we told. It's all Duke's fault. Kidding, Duke. The 1-2. Cardinals lead it 11-3. And Caleb Ferguson facing Miguel Amaya. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. Going back is Walker, and it's gone. An opposite field home run for Miguel Amaya. And the Cubs get another run back. Miguel Amaya with number 5. And it's now 11-4.
He's showing some pop right there. Location of the pitch. You try to pull this, you're going to end up rolling over. So you got to go the other way. You still have to focus, and that's what Miguel Amaya was able to do here. Fastball away, you miss location, you're supposed to come in. Amaya gets extended.
And now it's Pete Crow Armstrong. Let's go.
He's into it.
Believe it.
I got stuck around for a souvenir.
He said, I'm no Anthony Rizzo. I can make a play.
Yes. Yes.
Wasn't he carrying a baby, too?
Well, he was carrying a baby, one of them.
One of them.
That was the one in right field.
Yeah. His baby.
Because he loves to say, because he's so good at first base, he says, these hands never sleep. These hands never sleep. So the fact he missed 2.
Last year, Moises Ballesteros' first major league homer was
his day of retirement.
His day of retirement, yeah. And he was sitting in the bleachers, and Ballesteros hit it right to him, and he clanked it off, and it was off of his bare hand, and we had cameras tight on him, and Anthony Rizzo, you could see his lips say, that's why I'm retired. Nice grab, sir. Riz, still love you.
You can put a guard on it, and it will always find the blind spot.
And there's nothing where that. You talk about little things that guys go through throughout a season. It's foul balls like this that go right on the little crease, right on top. Yeah. You know, I got to give it to him. There's no bad words that came out.
No.
So close. That was a good job. Ay, ay, ay.
One and 2 down. Craig Counsell one time shared with me on a foul ball off the foot, an in-dugout dad joke that has been uttered, and that is, oh no, better call the tow truck.
Stop it.
And that's strike 3 as PCA down on strikes.
That's a painful strikeout there.
Yeah. Pete Crow Armstrong with a 2-run homer earlier in the game, but this one's been all Cardinals. 4 runs batted in each for Jordan Walker and Alec Burleson. Oh, 1 to Suzuki. Didn't go. That's to third. Jordan collects and throws him out, and that's the ball game. Cardinals come into Wrigley and take 2 of 3, and they win it here 11-4. Alec Burleson and Jordan Walker, the two-headed monster here in this one. Third game for the Cardinals today with multiple 4 RBI guys, and Walker, thanks to him for joining us on the two-way as our man Jared follows him in. The Cubs right now sitting safely in that top wild card spot still have hopes of tracking down the Milwaukee Brewers. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they're bidding to get to the postseason for the first time since 2022.
6 extra base hits for the Cardinals, and it was the right side of their field that did a lot of the damage. Burleson, Walker, both combining for the damage early on and often, and gave the Cardinals credit. They played really good defense, but most importantly, they were able to hold on to an early lead.
So the Cardinals win it here this afternoon, 11-4 at Wrigley. Let's send it downstairs. Buster Olney standing by with Jordan Walker.
Yeah, Jordan, Eduardo Perez very concerned about how you performed today on a day when you wear the microphone. How did it work for you? 3 hits and a home run.
Yeah, I mean, he got us his dub, so yeah, it's pretty good. Anytime, you know, if we get mic'd up every time we play like this, so that's what you want to see.
How would you rate Eduardo and David's questions to you during the game?
Money, 10 out of 10. We put up 11 runs. Couldn't be better, so it was good.
There you go. You guys have won this series. You've won 9 of your last 13. How much scoreboard watching is going on with you guys now?
Oh, I didn't realize we won 9 with Massachusetts. That's awesome. But no, I mean, we're just trying ways to win the most recent series, and we got to keep it going. Our offense is just kind of moving the train along. Everybody's doing their part, and just a great job from the pitching staff as well. So we're just going to keep going.
Talk of baseball this weekend was Joshua Baez. A day later, how are you processing that?
I mean, it's unreal. I mean, best debut I've ever seen in my life. The guy's just got some raw power, man. I'm excited to watch him play.
Jordan, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Move back to you.
All right, Buster, thanks so much as the Cardinals win it here 11-4 and take 2 of 3 from the Cubs. For Buster Olney, David Ross, and Eduardo Perez, I'm John Shambi. So long from Wrigley. Now we send it